Good morning and welcome to Peace Out, where we are all learning together to peace out. And it's just an everyday thing, isn't it? But the cool thing is, God's peace is always there. I did not get up this morning and go, oh no, God's peace is gone. I didn't get up this morning and go, I got to go find God. I got to find his peace. I got to figure this. I got to figure him out. I got to figure where did I put that? You know, sometimes as I'm running in here to try to get on by 8 o'clock, I'm going, where did I put the Bible? Because, I've got tons of them, all sorts of different places, but I usually have a specific one that I want for this, right? So I have to go looking for it, but we don't have to go looking for God's peace. I love that. It's just right here. We can't misplace it. We can just ignore it. We can not let it reign in our hearts, right? But we don't have to go looking for his peace. As a matter of fact, other than searching this word for what God says about stuff, we don't have to go looking for anything because we're always looking to him. We're always looking for him. Our hearts are turned toward him all the time, right? And so we don't have to go try to find God. We don't have to climb some mountain today like some religions do. You don't have to go kneel a specific place or face a specific direction or do cartwheels, or I would really be out. I've never done a cartwheel in my life, just so you know. Not that that's important, but we don't have to jump through spiritual hoops. We can just go, hey God, and he's right here. We don't have to go searching for anything. He's got us covered. And he's right here where we are. His peace is here. It doesn't go away when we sleep. His love is here. The love of God is shed abroad in our hearts. His love is here. His love, we don't have to go looking for what God is doing or where he went or anything. All that he is right here in us, no matter what went on in this crazy head this weekend, right? It's been crazy. I'm not going to tell y'all because it's been really crazy. With all that in mind, I was actually going to share Philippians 2:14 this morning. And everything you do, stay away from complaining and arguing. And some of the other translations says, do not complain and do not argue. Just don't do it, right? Do all things without complaining and arguing. And I'm like, all things? So I was looking at that and doing that. But as I started to get it ready here and get the mic all set up, I glanced up to the verse before it, right? And it says in verse 13, it says, God is working in you. And I just stopped there. Remember, this is how I study. When something grabs my attention and like that jerks at my attention towards it, I just stop and camp there. I just camp right there because God's trying to say something. And maybe I'm going to meditate on this. This is going to be what I'm going to think about all day as I'm going about my day, as I'm getting Chris up, as I'm doing the prayer tower in Nigeria today, as I'm doing all these things that I got on my plate to do today. I'm going to be meditating on this. God is working in you. He didn't say God is working in everyone except these people, that people, this race, this, that, this religion, this denomination. It says God is working in you. There were no exceptions. He didn't say God's working in everyone except caregivers. They use that a lot for us. We don't have an exception card, right? There's not. He is working in us. I'm going to be thinking about that all day, but let's read the rest of this verse. This is verse 13 of Philippians 2. For God is working in you, giving you, I love this, I'll try not to get lost in it, okay? Giving you the desire to follow and obey him and the power to do what pleases him. That sounds like it makes it so easy, right? He's actually giving us the want to, the desire to follow him, to find out what this word says and what does God desire. And we know obeying God is summed up into two things. Love God with all your heart, which eliminates a bunch of dumb stuff that we would do, right? Love God with all our heart and love our neighbor as ourselves. That sums the whole law up as far as relationship goes. And again, we're back to relationship. It's always about relationship. But he actually gives us the desire to be saved, he gives us faith too, for that matter, right? Every person is given a measure of faith. He gives us the desire to obey him and the power to do what pleases him. That's amazing to me. He didn't leave us stranded here trying to figure out what are we supposed to do, right? He gave us that. It's kind of like a seed. A seed has everything in it to get that plant growing, right? When you put it in the right environment, and that's you might take a note on that, because we've got to be in the right environment. If we are constantly doing things that distract us from loving God, serving God, following God with all of our heart, then we're going to be distracted. We're not in the right environment. When we're in the right environment, when we sit down and go, God, I want to know you. That's the right environment right there. When we go fellowship with the believers, that's the right environment right there. When we go do a Bible study, that's the right environment right there. But when you get that seed in the right environment, when there's the dirt, there's sunlight, there's water, that seed will begin to grow, period. Right? God put everything in that seed. That seed needed to make a full-grown plant, which will bear fruit, which will have more seeds. Right? That's the way it goes. And he put everything in that seed that it needs to begin to sprout when everything gets just right. So our goal then would be to just get everything just right here in this headspace, and not be distracted by all the things that come at us every day. That doesn't mean we don't deal with things. That doesn't mean we don't pray over things. That's the main thing. When things come, just pray about them. Give our anxious thoughts to him. Give our anxieties to him. Give our concerns to him. Give our fears to him. Give our doubts to him. Yeah, he doesn't go, how dare you? How dare you? That's not God at all. He's like, yeah, come on, I'll help you with that. Matter of fact, I already gave you everything you need. I gave you everything you need for life and godliness. 2 Peter 1:2, right? He's already given us everything we need, like that precious seed that contains all the nutrients to get those roots going, and then we grow up into him, right? But it says he is working in you, and he gave us faith. But he gave us a measure of faith. He gives us his peace. He gives us his direction. He gives us everything we need for natural life and spiritual life. Like that seed. It's like we're a seed, right? And then we let those roots begin to grow. When we begin to read the word, we begin to study God, we begin to pursue God, and the roots begin to grow. We don't even see the roots in a plant. Matter of fact, we don't even see what a seed's doing, right? If you look back at my profile, there was a little leaf off of one of my succulents that got on the table, and it literally had roots growing out and a top coming up with they're not really leaves, I don't know what they're called on a succulent, right? But it was actually growing because everything was in that one little pod that plant needed to get going. It's in the dirt now. I'm watching it grow every day now. It's over in the dirt. I've watered it and I gave it all the right stuff. That's the thing. When we start growing, we start reaching toward God, then we want to give our hearts the right stuff to keep those roots digging down. It says, we want to let our roots grow down. It's almost the verse I used. I think it's in Colossians, though, about letting our love of God grow like roots going down and sucking up those nutrients and sucking up what it needs to let the pretty part grow, right? The roots aren't that pretty. Roots aren't pretty at all, but they do the work. And that's what grows that beautiful flower that's up here above the ground. You didn't even see all that work that went into that flower, right? You just go, oh, a pretty flower. Wow, God's cool. Yeah, he's cooler than just that pretty flower because he made this whole process. And spiritually, we do that. We let our roots go down into him because it is God who is working in us. It is God who is working for us. It is God who is working through us. Ah, man, he's just amazing. He loves us that much, and he does not discard us. He doesn't say, I'll talk to you Tuesday. I'm just tired, because I like to do that. I have to do that sometimes. I ain't talking to nobody today. I'm tired, right? He doesn't do that. He loves us. He is working in us. Actually, the other scripture is to perform his good pleasure, and he never stops halfway. He's all in, and that's where I want to be today. I want to be all in, learning how to obey him and please him by doing everything that he put in this word. And I pray that in the middle of all of that comes that peace. In the middle of all of that comes that contentment with him, that we begin to just grow up and go, man, you are so good. It's like a child that as they grow up and all of a sudden they realize mommy and daddy. They've been well taken care of. We've been well taken care of. But we can't stay a baby Christian all our lives. We can't be a fat baby Christian either. That's what the faith movement made, was a bunch of fat baby Christians, right? But we start growing up in him and realize that he is working in us. I love that. He didn't abandon us. He didn't say, I don't need you. I don't need you to work. That's his choice, is to work in us, to shine in our hearts so that we see the face of Christ, so that we begin to look more and more like him every day, that we love him more every day. He's given us all this stuff we need. It's not like it's a hard thing. Our biggest thing, I think, is we get distracted by life, by stuff, by pain, by struggles. But we always just got to go back to him and go, you know what? Work in me your pleasure, God. Work in me. Speak to me. Guide me. Lead me. Help me learn how to peace out, because you are the Prince of Peace. Help me learn how to roll these cares over on you, because you care for me. God is at work today. And if you lean in just a little bit closer, you'll see him, you'll hear him, you'll feel him, you'll sense him, because he is working in you today. And that's why I'm going to peace out. Peace out, you guys. Hope I said something that made sense. I'll see you again tomorrow.